Hello and welcome to Satisfactory. This is a game that I love. I've been playing the game, I've been following it since update 3 or 4, and the experimental version of update is update 8 right now. So it's grown a lot and I'm happy to have been around for it. If you haven't seen anything about this game, it's a first-person, three-dimensional Factorio, I think is one of the easiest ways of explaining it. With the added benefit of there aren't hordes of enemies that you have to plan defenses around. But without further ado, because like this is my oldest save that I have for this version of the game, I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown of how crazy some of these things can get before starting up a new save to show the process of where you start with. And again, this is a amazing game. Now, this doesn't even begin to cover everything that I've built. In fact, I have a factory that I'm supposed to be trying to get work on over there. But as you can see, this world is massive. Here's the map of it. It's massive. And yes, the map technically does wrap around itself a little. But that's just given the fact that it's a nearly infinite span. And for those of you who are non-American, you'll be happy to know, and probably could already see, or no, distance is measured in meters. Like this is an 8x8x1 foundation block. Useful for everything. Don't remember why I have those, but materials. There's just so many materials. And in future updates, things like these gas rocks are going to be destructible. That's for the winter holiday event that they do. So yeah, give me just a moment, I'll get a new save started up. Alrighty, and we're back. So first off, this is what it looks like when you go to create a save. You can go anywhere in the map, just where you start determines what you have immediate access to. Generally, I either go to the grass fields, because easy access to biofuel to start off with, and wide enough spaces to build. Northern Forest has a lot of good locations, especially one in particular that I know of. I have started in the Rocky Desert, not bad, and the Dune Desert is massive, expansive, but very little vegetation, so getting power is going to be tricky to start with. We'll go grass fields because it's just the simplest basic one. I'm going to set the name of this one as tubular for my YouTube series. Now they do have servers for this game, but getting those set up is tricky and I don't have enough followers to do that, but we're gonna hop in. Now there are mods for this game, but as it sits right now, just for the basic experience of the game, I'm going to go through raw, uncut, unfettered. I love this opening sequence.
Attention Pioneer. The following instructional video is a summary of your impending duties as an exoplanetary pioneer for Fixit Incorporated. Fixit Pioneers have 3 cyclical assigned pillars of work to ultimately accomplish project assembly. Use provided blueprints to build the necessary buildings. Chart the planet and gather resources to provide desired results and improve your infrastructure. Make sure to report any unusual discoveries to R&D for analysis. Expand your factories, outposts, and pipelines through automation and augmentation. That's it. Get to work and be effective. Warning, planetfall imminent. Please remain seated during full procedure. Atmospheric entry in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Planetfall procedure initialized.
Granted, this is still an early access game, so some of the animations are needing to be worked on, but it's not a big deal. And we're landing right near where I try and land my base, start my base. That's actually where that save I just showed you starts off at.
Please ensure the integrity of your multi-purpose exploration suit is at 100%. Remember, efficiency first. Godspeed. Welcome to Planet Massage 2 ABB, your designated sector in the binary star system of Akicha. I am Ada, also known as Artificial Directory and Assistant, tasked to support pioneers, such as you, in their mission. You are the third of your sector to survive planetfall. Congratulations. Note: objective-based introduction initialized. Welcome to onboarding. First objective: please dismantle the drop pod. The resulting materials will be repurposed to construct a habitat and utility base, from now on referred to as the hub. Note: Fixit Incorporated is cost-effective and efficient. We do not waste. All important Fixit data and communication is recorded and stored in the codex, including these steps.
This game starts off with a lot of manual grinding. Simply because you don't have the automation steps to begin with. Now that blue sparkly thing up there is important to get to start off with, because this helps us unlock things to increase our production capabilities. But yeah, you can see a couple of resources that this planet has. That's limestone for concrete, iron ore for making iron objects. Yes, there are enemies, which... Let me follow the... tutorial.
Second objective: please ensure you have your Fixit Incorporated Xeno Zapper equipped before leaving the drop zone. Note: according to Fixit regulations, every pioneer should have access to a means of defense against extraterrestrial threats.
That also becomes useful, the materials from the hogs.
Third objective: please familiarize yourself with the resource scanner to find iron. Note: the acquisition of iron is considered essential in preparation for all future objectives.
Alrighty. We're going to set up a base here to begin with, but first let me clear out one more enemy, because there's generally one over in this area. Yep. There's one. They take 4 hits with a Xeno Zapper to be beaten. You can get weapons to make it easier, but that requires a lot of research. And that is also why I picked up food. Used to be you couldn't just do things like that and heal on a whim. But yeah, so first things first, I'm going to break the node caps on each of these. Every time you come across a node, there's a node cap that's pure quality.
Fourth objective, build the hub. Note, to complete
Like,
this objective, the resources salvaged from the drop caution, ensure the hub is...
so the node cap is pure, but the node itself is normal. Node caps are always pure. Same with scattered rock chunks. Like we were to go back over to this one over here, which this technique I'm using is a way of moving faster because there's not a lot of speed options in this game this early on. But yeah, this is just a random chunk that you can find out in the world. They're always pure like this as well. But these loose ones always have a lot in them because they're just scattered around. There's also caves and whatnot you can explore, but I'm not really equipped to take care of the enemies that are down in the caves. So we'll finish breaking off this iron and get to work. I'll see y'all in a second.
Terminal are essential for...
One of the biggest things regarding this game is going to be coming to here, which is how you get your upgrades done to actually do things. This is how you're going to make things. Now, as you saw, I think that was 20 rods that I need for the next step. I'm just going to forge all the iron ore I have in ingots. It's a 1-to-1 ratio when inside handcrafting. It's 1-to-1 regardless, but you'll see the numbers once I start getting the machines up. So let me get some semblance of automation up and running, and I'll be right back. Real quick, a little trick that I've learned when dealing with getting these nodes, if you're wanting to avoid combat, they can't get on top of the node caps. So you can just hide from them while you break it. Though once you do break it, you're going to drop into their territory and you'll have to fight them. And we're back with a bare bones iron production facility. Taking 60 iron ingots per minute from this normal node. Producing 60 ingots per minute, and then being split to producing 30 rods and 20 plates per minute. Then the rods get further stepped down to being 20 rods per minute being used as just rods, 10 rods per minute being used as screws, giving us 40 screws per minute. This is the bare bones at maximum efficiency off of a single pure node. Or normal node even. I got 2 more normal nodes over there to deal with. And that's not even taking into account the copper node, which has even more steps to go from. Also, quick thing of, I have a bare bones concrete factory. This one isn't efficient because I need 45 limestone per minute. However, this is an impure node, which gives me 30 limestone per minute. But as it sits right now, I have been on this save for 3.5 hours just to get to this point. So what I'm most likely gonna end up doing is either streaming this or possibly doing like once a month for videos. But yeah, I do hope everyone has enjoyed. I am more likely going to keep working on this in the background because, yeah, I simply do not have the infrastructure to, well, I don't have the time to just record this in singular videos. This video is not even 15 minutes and it took me 3.5 hours to get to this point. And you take care. Farewell.